Groovy English podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to Groovy English. I'm Aiden.
And I'm Chloe. We're so glad you're here. If you're learning English and want to get better at thinking and speaking in English, you're in the right place.
That's right. We're going to talk about a game changer for learning English. How to start thinking in English instead of translating everything in your head.
It's honestly one of the best ways to make your English more natural and fluid. By the end of this video, you'll have some super simple tips to start thinking in English, and you won't even have to pause and translate anymore.
So let's dive in and get you thinking in English like a pro.
First tip, name things around you. Sounds simple, but trust me, it works.
Totally. It's like you're giving everything a name in English. For example, you might say, "That's a chair. There's my phone. The window's open."
Yeah, and it's not just about doing this in your head. Say it out loud. It might feel a bit strange at first, but it helps get your brain used to English.
Right, and it's a quick habit you can start using every day, whether you're at home or out and about. Just casually name things you see.
Exactly, and the more you do this, the more you'll find it easy to think in English, even when you're not trying to.
Next up, think in short, simple sentences. This one really helps, especially when you're starting out.
Right. Instead of translating everything in your head, just think in basic English sentences, like, "I am eating lunch," or "It is raining outside."
And don't overthink it. Just say whatever is going on. For example, "I'm walking to work," or "I need to call my friend."
Exactly. Just focus on simple, everyday stuff. The goal is to get your brain used to putting your thoughts into English without stopping to translate.
And don't stress about grammar. The point is to get the sentences flowing naturally.
Okay, this next tip might feel a little funny at first, but trust me, it works. Talk to yourself in English.
I know it sounds a little odd, but seriously, it's one of the most effective ways to start thinking in English. For example, in the morning, I'll say, "Okay, I need to get ready for the day," or "I should grab my keys before I leave."
Yep, and it doesn't have to be anything big. You can talk to yourself when you're doing simple tasks, like when I'm getting dressed. I'll think, "I'm choosing a shirt today," or "I'm gonna wear my sneakers."
Exactly. It can be anything. When I'm cooking, I might say, "I'm chopping the vegetables," or "I need to boil the water." Even when I'm walking to the store, I'll think, "I'm going to pick up some groceries now."
It might feel weird at first, but the key here is just getting comfortable with using English in your everyday thoughts. The more you do it, the easier it becomes.
And it doesn't have to be loud either. You can say it in your head, or even whisper it to yourself. Just use English as much as possible while you're going about your day.
Exactly. And the best part? You're already having conversations just with yourself. So you get the practice without the pressure.
Okay, next tip. Make your surroundings more English-friendly. For example, change your phone or computer settings to English.
Yes. That way, every time you check your phone or use an app, you'll be seeing everything in English. It's a super simple way to surround yourself with the language.
And honestly, you won't even have to think about it. You'll just be using your phone or computer, but it'll all be in English. It's a sneaky way to practice.
And you can take it a step further. Follow English-speaking accounts on social media, or listen to podcasts in English while you're on the go. That way, you're always exposed to English, and your brain will start thinking in it more naturally.
Next up, try using an English-only dictionary. It's a little more challenging, but it's great for your brain.
Yeah, instead of looking up words in your native language, use a dictionary that gives you the meaning in English. That way, you start connecting the word directly to its English meaning.
It's one of those things that can feel hard at first, but the more you do it, the quicker your brain will learn to think in English without needing to translate.
Next tip, write in English. Whether it's journaling, making a to-do list, or even texting a friend, writing is a great way to practice.
Yep, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just jot down your thoughts in English. I need to go shopping today. Or, I had a great time at the park.
It's a simple way to start getting comfortable with forming sentences, and over time, you'll find it easier to put your thoughts into English when you're speaking too.
Last tip. Immerse yourself in English content. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, or read books in English. The more you hear and see English, the easier it is to think in it.
Exactly. It's all about getting familiar with the flow and rhythm of the language. Plus, it's fun. You're watching your favorite shows and learning at the same time.
And over time, you'll start to think in the same way that native speakers do. So whether it's a show, a podcast, or even music, make sure to get as much English in your day as possible. All right, those are our tips for today. Start practicing these, and you'll find yourself thinking in English before you know it.
And don't forget, we want to hear from you. What are some ways you practice thinking in English? Drop a comment below and let us know.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more tips on learning English.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. Keep practicing, and we'll see you next time.